F-22 Raptor, the first and only fifth-generation fighter aircraft flying in the world today. Overwhelmingly effective, defending the skies today and into the future.
You talk too much. I can't believe the things that you say.
Paul Bremmer.
Dan Gillerman, Nouhad, Mahmoud.
Mohamad, Chatah, Nicholas Burns.
Nicholas Burns.
Daniel Ayalon.
Shimon Paris.
Mitch McConnell. Chuck Schumer.
Tom Friedman.
Bouthaina Shaaban.
Fuad Senora.
And that's why we are asking for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire. We cannot continue discussing under the sword of blood that is being put on our necks. This is the thing that we are asking from the international community.
I do believe that the Prime Minister Senora would like to have peace. But alas, he doesn't have influence upon his own land.
And this is why Israel will not agree to a ceasefire, because we cannot allow this horrible terror organization to continue to fester in this cesspool of terror.
There will be peace because Hezbollah are committed to the national interest of Lebanon. And we believe that, and they have shown that lately in the last few days. And that's the way to do it. Well, we were expecting Condoleezza Rice today in Beirut, but unfortunately that happened. Sure, we are calling always for political solution, and the intervention and the negotiation through the American is very important for us.
Secretary Rice believes that she was making progress in getting quite close to an agreement this morning. Is that the Israeli view?
Yes, it is, and I believe that her trip is very important. We've made some progress.
The next step is to try to convince the United Nations to bless a force that would go into southern Lebanon to try to separate these forces and provide for a more permanent peace. A lot of the responsibility for what's happened in the last 2.5 weeks rests with the government in Tehran and certainly the government in Damascus as well.
I don't think can be any kind of a meaningful resolution or any kind of progress here until somebody with our proxy is able to sit down with the Syrians, sit down with the Iranians and say this has to stop and work out some way for that to happen.
Well, there's nothing wrong with talking to the Syrians, provided you don't accommodate their position, which thus far hasn't been a very good one. But Syria is in a precarious position. It's a Sunni country allied with a Shiite country, and trying to break Syria from Iran would be good for everybody.
Because Syria is not facilitating any weapon transfer to Hezbollah. Syria is trying to send food and medicine into Lebanon in view of all these massacres that Israel is perpetrating.
The United States does not believe that what has happened over the last 2.5 weeks constitutes war crimes. We believe that every country has a right to defend itself.
Look, this is an old argument. There's nothing that can excuse for the Israeli military machine killing dozens of civilians.
We ought to use this crisis as an opportunity to get a more permanent solution to the problem. I agree with Chuck. If you just have a ceasefire, nothing changes. And a few weeks from now, Hezbollah starts it all over again.
There's a lot of reasons I can't be the candidate in Iowa, and I don't want to be. I want to lead a movement right now, and I might be wrong. I might be wrong that the best way to do that is being out of office or being right down the middle. I could be wrong. I mean, perhaps change could be affected on a much greater level if I was in office or if I was a senator or a governor or whatever. But I don't think so right now.
You talk too much. I can't believe the things that you say.
F-22 Raptor. It is stealthy, lightning fast, supremely agile, highly precise, survivable, providing unsurpassed capability. This fifth-generation fighter aircraft, the first and only kind flying in the world today, once again providing the air power advantage. F-22 Raptor, overwhelmingly effective, defending the skies today and into the future.